Good morning. It's been a minute since I've posted on here. Life has but life's always been very hectic. And I've been trying to figure out exactly kind of how this page works, what I want to do, what I want to share, kind of what I'm working through. And there's still some stuff going on that I need to get wrapped up. But my goal has been my journey is so far. I'm processing thoughts as I'm talking, but life has not gone the way I expected it to go, and it never does. But about 10 years ago or so, no, it was right out of college, so almost 15 years ago, life, I entered the real world. I got a real job, was on my own at a church. That experience showed me a lot about, it got rid of a lot of my, ideals about what in assumptions and perceptions of what kind of church looked like in the real world. And my relationship with church has been very strained, very difficult for the last several years. And I've been asking a lot of questions. I've been very sick of just like the status quo. And don't if I very frustrated with, I guess, surfacey cliches. And over the last several years, as I've been through the stuff I've been through in life, the answers people gave me just upset me. And it wasn't that I didn't like the answer they gave me, but the answer did not go below the surface. And it was, you're telling me what I already know. And so this year, I have been. I used to have a word for a while. I went through several years where I had a word where everything that I was reading just happened to kind of focus on that word, or the different things that were going on were focused on that word. And so in 2022, I did my third unit of CPE, which stands for Clinical Pastoral Education. It's part of a training for chaplaincy. And I did my first unit in 2020, second unit in 2021, and was able to, things worked out for me to go back and do my third unit. And I just started my fourth unit this week. So you need 4 units. This is my final one. And right now, with the fourth unit and moving to the deeper level of CPE, a lot of your learning becomes self-focused or self-initiated. And so the big thing that really began to stand out to me towards the end of 2022, at the end of my third unit of CPE, and coming into 2023, is the idea of healing. And my profession as a hospice chaplain, we don't focus on like physical healing. It's more of a comfort care, and it's, you got there, you're not going to get better, so let's just keep the pain away. Let's help you end your earthly journey very comfortably and with dignity. But I'm not at hospice level yet, hopefully. And the idea of healing has really been on my mind. And so part of me is trying to figure out what to do and what this looks like. My mind is so chaotic and so busy that the normal way of doing things, the church way of doing things, has not, like, it is very difficult, and it's frustrating. And again, I feel it's very surfacey, and I'm not, I have to be careful because I'm not wanting to say that the church is bad, that the practices we've done for thousands of years is bad, but I think there's more to it, and there's a way to go deeper. And so that's kind of what I'm after in my own life. And so I've started kind of the way that how to. I've got a couple books I'm reading. I'm trying to do some reading and writing. And so it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been up for a little bit. But the focus I have for this year is on healing. And so right now I've turned back to the gospel. So I'm reading through Matthew right now, looking at the ways Jesus healed and looking at the way healing took place. And the biggest thing, one I've noticed, was reading Matthew 4 yesterday, that when Jesus began his ministry, it says in Matthew 4:24 that says, news about him spread throughout all Syria. They were brought to him, all who were ill, those suffering with various diseases and pains, demoniacs, epileptics, paralytics, and he healed them. And that 3 words, demoniacs, epileptics, and paralytics, stood out to me. And so demoniacs involves demon possession. And so he healed people who are sick in spirit. Epileptics is a neurological thing, so it affects the brain. So he healed people who were sick mentally. Paralytics affects the body, and so he healed people physically. And so Jesus brings about this whole healing. He brings about a healing of spirit, a healing of mind, healing of body. And so today I've moved into Sermon on the Mount and started reading chapter 5. I'm like, I'm just going to break this down. And so beginning to look at kind of each one of the Beatitudes, but the point of the Sermon on the Mount is a change of perspective. And even in here, Jesus says, you've heard it said, but I say. And so I want to, I think, begin this year as a change in perspective and looking not just how do we stay surface, but how do we go deep, and how do we take these practices that seem to want to stay here, but what do we do to go deeper? And that's kind of where I'm at. I felt like something's missing in my life, and not like, I love my job, absolutely love it, love what I get to do, but I felt like, yes, something's missing, and I don't have the creative outlet, because there's only so much you can do with hospice patients, and there's only so much you can do with when 98% of the people you deal with have very severe dementia, or are almost unresponsive. And so I'm trying to figure out what is my creative outlet, and where do I really push and challenge myself to go beyond just a ministry of presence. And so a lot of it's starting here, and this is a lot longer than I expected it to be, but that's kind of where I'm at. And so hoping to share some of this. I go back and forth with, how do you share things, and you need to study and digest the things, but some of it just needs to be spontaneous. So that's where I'm at. And again, there's still a lot going on, but I need to begin kind of sharing some of my thoughts. And so got to get back to doing this. Anyway, that's what I've got. Focus on your healing and change perspective, and allow your perspective to be changed. So anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I will check in again soon.